face and I can't fuck with snakes. I ain't all the way back from my people, I pray I won't fortune for fame. I'm finna turn up and get they ass a taste. I thought I was global, they screaming my name. I'm everywhere like I'm the Chicago way.
Right, time to switch gears on you for a second with an interview segment. And for those who still may not get the picture here, when it comes down to the Chicago wave of interviews, yes, we like to interview the artists, but we like to ask questions that we can ask anyone else, so that way this could be like a fun thing to talk about. And on top of that, everybody can have their say-so on these type of questions that I'm about to ask. So, Miss Sisi, I'm about to hit you with a segment, and I like to call this "Pain Never Looked This Good."
Pain never looked this good?
Yep.
Okay.
So, first off, are you a fan of Anne-Marie? You know what? Let me not say something that's gonna potentially start something. Do you listen to any song or have you heard any song by Anne-Marie? From Chicago.
I know. Not really.
Did you at least hear that song she got with G Herbo?
No.
Stress? Oh my good. You know what? Okay.
But I think that she's dope though. I just like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like especially when I'm in like when I'm in project mode, like I don't really listen to R&B and rap and urban music at all. Like,
understandable.
I don't know. That's probably kind of odd because it's like
no. There's a lot of rappers have told me this before, so it's like rapper mode. Like Lil Wayne himself said when he's to be honest, Lil Wayne don't keep up with shit nowadays.
He be under a rock, don't he?
Yeah, he don't keep himself with shit.
He okay with being under a rock.
Yeah, but
no shade to her though. I think she's super dope. I
think
she's super dope. I like what she got going on and stuff like that. I just never the people that I be around, they don't really play her music. Yeah, be honest.
Well, as an Anne-Marie fan, y'all gotta do better. But we not gonna put no personal opinions on this.
Right.
Anyways, the reason why I brought up Anne-Marie is because she got a song titled "Pain Never Looked This Good." And shout out to you, Anne-Marie, because you are a big inspiration on this question and a big influence on how I look at female rappers nowadays. Now, she dropped a music video to her song "Pain Never Looked This Good," and first off, I'm pretty sure anybody, male or female, can agree with me when I say Anne-Marie is a talented singer, beautiful woman, someone that stands on morals and beliefs, self-respect, and all things like it pertains to her and her beauty and her talent and her craft and music.
Right.
Now, in this music video, first off, the reason why I named the segment off this because I watched her music video and it seemed like she had more of a storyline. See, when it comes down to Anne-Marie, at least for me, I pictured her as, first off, she is beautiful and very talented. So it's like, you wouldn't think that, and she's from Chicago, but you wouldn't think that she went through a lot of shit that the niggas be talking about. But when I watched her video, I learned something deep. Like, growing up, like, it seemed like she I'm not was dating had abusive boyfriend. She had a kid grab a knife, about to get ready to stab him, just to help defend her mother. And as she got older, she got into arguments with her mother. She got kicked out, and she went through a whole lot of trials and tribulations just to become the woman she is today. And thing is, I'm looking at it like, damn, Anne-Marie, you had it that hard? And it's like, when I sit and think about it, like I really this is something I genuinely took time to think about. It's so many women out there that is very beautiful indeed. But because we live in a male-dominant society, and me as a male, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for any other male, we can look at and I learned this from watching the 600 Breezy interview too. We look at a woman off from time to time, and just because we admire her beauty, we don't think she's been through shit. We thinking she's gonna be the nurturer, the caregiver, and all this for a woman, but what about for her? Do you think this woman went through shit too? You think niggas the only one who go through problems?
Right.
You think males the only ones who say they been through some shit and niggas gotta respect them for that?
That's why they say the pretty girls are crazy.
Yeah. Some.
Cause we got some screws loose, but it's because, like you said, we don't look like what we went through.
Exactly.
But that just don't mean that we ain't went through it just because we don't look like that. Cause some people let it get to them. Like I was saying, you remember I was just saying like how people like pretty much die with certain people, like they just let themselves go, you know, like
yeah, what you were speaking on earlier in this interview.
yeah, exactly, like how people just let themselves go with a certain situation, whether it's death or whether it's like just something tragic that happened to them, they just let themselves go. Then you have some people who like stronger and just is like, I'm not gonna succumb to that, but that doesn't mean that I don't have things that I go through. So I think that that's actually cool. I'm gonna check that video out.
Yeah, like I strongly recommend you and anyone else check that video out.
Yeah.
So on to the questions for me bringing all this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I actually have 3 different questions that you can answer, but I'm gonna go one by one. Well, as far as you, I'm pretty sure you can say that. We all can say that you are indeed a beautiful woman.
Thank
but
you.
At the same time, you're welcome. But at the same time, just because you're beautiful doesn't mean you haven't lived a life that people can't possibly imagine about you. If that makes sense.
That's true.
So, have you? First off, before I ask these questions, I'm gonna ask another question. Have you ever been, by anyone? Have anyone ever told you that even though you're beautiful and all that, I would never think that, or at least want you to have gone through some bullshit in the past, type shit? Okay, basically, has anyone ever told you that you're so pretty that they would have never guessed that you went through X, Y, and Z?
I think a lot of people don't even understand what I went through because I don't bring it up, you know? Like, I don't really talk about it that much. If you really, really, really close to me, then you may know, you know, about, like, certain things that has happened to me, but that's not nothing, like, that's not going to be, like, one of the first things I'm telling people like that.
Yeah, so...
So, yeah, a lot of people don't know half of, like, my life or what I went through.
And that's why we got this Pain Never Looked This Good segment.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to ask you, if you're comfortable talking, of course.
That's fine.
Is there anything traumatic that you may have happened to you in the past that still haunts you to this day?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with talking about
I can't talk about that situation, but I can talk about other situations where it's really been like, I just feel, I don't know, like you ever like cared about people, right? And then just felt like just betrayed out of nowhere. Like, and these people like you would have never thought though, would have did that to you. So I definitely, that's traumatic. And people may not look at it like that, but that's traumatic when you day to day with somebody and like you rocking with them and they telling you they love you, you telling them you love them, not even on no sexual stuff. I'm just saying like these is just like your friends, right? Like y'all click tight, and then like certain things happen where y'all just start to separate, and you just notice that people just acting like really really standoffish and weird. And it hurt, you know, because it's like, dang, I thought like we was like better than that, you know, and then to do it without no explanation or to treat you like shit when you ain't do nothing to them, it makes you feel some type of way. That's traumatic because if it's anything that you can't get a closure out of, to me, that's traumatic, you know, and I definitely haven't gotten closure out of certain situations that has happened to me in the past with certain people.
So, would you say you may suffer from betrayal trauma?
Yeah, like betrayal trauma, like all types of stuff, but for sure, like people stealing from you and stuff like that, you know, just like really doing you dirty. Like, I've definitely been done dirty for sure.
Well, have you ever been discriminated by society for wanting to do this or that, but because you're a woman, they still want you to live by the average stereotypes they give a woman?
I feel like I get discriminated every day. Like I feel like people discriminate against me every day. You know, my mom passed away from breast cancer, and I ain't want to bring her back up, but she did. So I like sometimes if you go on my page, you might see like sometimes when I be dressing, like, you know, you might see a little extra going on all up in here, but that's because I love myself, you know, and I saw what she went through when she had to get surgery and when she had to lose one of her breasts, and like how it emotionally messed her up, you know. So I love myself. I love my breasts, and if somebody have a problem with seeing them, then they can get off my page. You know, that's how I feel. So yeah, I definitely be discriminated. Sometimes I be feeling like I be too good. Like I done walked in rooms, like being a songwriter, I done walked in rooms and made a song too fast. Then I started getting treated like shit. It's like how you treat
That
me?
makes no sense.
How you treat me crazy because
yeah.
I made the song too fast? Like
that makes no sense. Cause like that's actually a sign of talent,
right?
There.
Like you would think that they would want to like kind of like.
And we'll also get into the songwriting set part for you later on. I got some specific questions about that.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I be feeling like I be discriminated against all the time. Like people think they know you just because you may carry yourself a certain way and stuff like that.
Well, and the last question I'm gonna ask in regards to this segment, do you feel like just because people see you smiling and happy that they wouldn't understand the struggles that you go through as a woman?
Yeah, for sure. If you don't say anything, and like I said, like if you're not showing it, or if you don't say anything about your struggles, people don't know that you're struggling. You know, like you could be when you go home have nothing in the fridge. You know, but you could probably make a video looking pretty as hell, like you know, face beat, outfit on, like, but nothing in the fridge. Like you didn't even eat for the night. Like nobody will know unless you told them that you know that you was hungry or something like that. I'm the type of person for sure. I'm not the type of person that tell people like if I'm like got a struggle or something. I'm not one of those people that's gonna run to the next person and be like, hey, you know, you think like I could borrow some money? I need to get a sandwich or something. Like I'm gonna try to make it happen some type of way, or I'm gonna go to sleep starving. Like that's just me though. I don't know why I'm like that. That's just how I am though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, overall, despite everything that you may have went through in the past, or did go through, or have experienced from other people and everything, you still don't let it break you down. Which is why, even though you went through all that, you still look good. And pain don't look this good.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that.
But, even though the pain looks good, don't never look this good, we still got some looks that can be deceiving. Which is why, in my next segment that I'm going to hit you with, I call it Looks Can Be Deceiving. It's still a little bit onto the last segment, but it's a little different.
Okay.
So, my question for you is, because we live in a world where women like you are indeed beautiful, they can just assume that they know them just because, and think they know what they're like because they're beautiful based off that. Like some men and women, not just men, they can look at a woman, assume because she beautiful and everything, they think they got an idea of who she is as a person, which is why I brought up the last segment.
Right.
So we're gonna break it down a little bit more clearer in this segment. So, do you feel like just because you are indeed beautiful that people can have an idea of who you are? Yes or no?
No.
All right. Since the answer is no, why do people think they can tell you, like not necessarily tell who you are, but think they can tell you who you are?
Right.
When they only say that because they think you're pretty and can see that you are, but they look at you and think, oh yeah, just because she's pretty and anything, I know who she is, and I can tell her who she is, type shit.
I feel like everybody like try to classify people, you know, just like the people that they feel is ugly, they probably feel like. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not even just about being pretty or beautiful, or not even just about you. This for everybody in general.
Yeah, it's like I think everybody gets classified. You know, they look at you like, okay, so say for instance, somebody like even a guy or even a female, somebody could walk in a room, right? They got on a hoodie, but they got lint balls all over it. Automatically, they not gonna get no respect as soon as they walk up in there, you know, because people gonna be like, man, they gotta be they dusty as hell, like, you know, they just gonna instantly judge and classify them as they feel like they done went through something, they struggling right now, right? But they could be the richest person in the room though. You know,
hey, you see what J. Cole be dressing like nowadays,
right? And like Jay-Z, like, you know, and all like a lot of different billionaires, like they dress how they want to dress. I know a lot of people who dress down, but they be having more money. They be having the most money in the room, you know. But they might have on New Balances with some cargo shorts on and a polo shirt, and like people will look right past them. But as soon as we go to the club, they ban 20 bottles in a club in Miami. Like, that's not cheap, you know.
Trust me.
And we not even drinking about it. Like, I done been around people like this, so I don't judge people, but I get what you mean. Like, it's just a judgmental society. That's all, and like it's just a lot of classification. So yeah, everybody feel like this is what the pretty girls do. This is how the pretty girls drink. This is what the pretty girls eat. Like, this is who the pretty girls date. You know, they just think that they know, but they really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, even though paint never looked this good, don't think shit's sweet. Because looks can be deceiving. You don't know who Sisi Dior is until she tells you.
That's true.
For sure. But alright, enough of all that shit. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
Now, would you rather do your research or your homework?